I've got Dungeon Master's Guide. I've got 12-sided die. I've got Kitty Pride and Nightcrawler too, waiting there for me. Yes, I do. I do. I've got posters on the wall. My favorite rock group Kiss. I've got Ace Frehley. I've got Peter Criss, waiting there for me. Yes, I do. I do. In the garage, I feel safe. No one cares about my ways. In the garage where I belong, no one hears me sing this song. In the garage. I got electric guitar. I play my stupid songs. I write these stupid words, and I love everyone waiting there for me. Yes, I do. I do. In the garage, I feel safe. No one cares about my ways. In the garage where I belong, no one hears me sing this song. In the garage. In the
What's up? What's
What
up?
give me if I kill that bird?
That's
Barbara,
right.
That's a bald eagle. Get away!
Kill all the
bald
birds.
Kill all of them.
Yeah!
Oh, there we go. This is the Word of Mike and Pete, GubsRadio.com. Just turn my mic down a little bit because I'm like screaming into the mic. There
You
we
haven't
go.
even started drinking yet.
Yeah, well, you just got here, so that's probably what's end up going to happen. Was
Oh, if it was at my house, I wouldn't have waited on ceremony.
No, I drank one before you got here. I mean,
Good.
I'm not screwing around here. There's none of that happening. There's a whole lot of not effing around tonight. I feel like I'm in my house and I can't curse as
Are we
wildly.
not sponsored by Blue Diamond Almonds?
We are
Is that
not.
why you-
Yeah,
is that
I
what you
turned
wanted
it
to get them
around.
out of?
No one gets to see the Blue Diamond olives. Almonds. Yes, there you go. You can't see them anyway because the mic things. I tried to arrange these tonight so they wouldn't be blocking our faces as much as possible. I know you don't like that, but
I don't care.
No, at this point, it's just a side profile. It doesn't really make a difference. So this is the Word with Mike and Pete, GubsRadio.com. We are live from the basement tonight. Gubs Radio.
Remote studio.
A remote studio. See how that works? Where the internet is working.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that works, huh? So yeah, we're live on YouTube right now, and no one's watching, but that's fine. We're going to have this up as a podcast sometime in the next few days. We really just got together because we are going to be doing a live show in the upcoming weekend.
Yay!
Let me quickly go through our sponsors really fast, and then we will go ahead and talk about everything else that's going on, and the reason why you and I got together tonight to just kind of promote what's coming up. We are sponsored by MyBomberJackets.com. Go on MyBomberJackets.com. Help yourself to a nice 12-ounce, 16-ounce, 32-ounce Crowler jacket. They are just basically really fancy koozies, but
With a zipper.
Oh, a really nice zipper too. It like zips up. It's like whee. What's going on, Steve Wynn on YouTube? What's going on, brother? Good to see you out there.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah, Steve is out there watching us tonight. Anyway, so MyBomberJackets.com. Go ahead and type into the promo code Wort, and you will get 15% off your order plus free shipping over orders of I think $30 or more. MyBomberJackets.com, and help yourself. Alex does some really great stuff at My Bomber Jackets. So also go to ShirtsOnTap.com. We are fully sponsored by ShirtsOnTap.com. They'll be sending us a new care package, so I've heard.
Oh, nice.
So we can give out to some people, maybe at some of the festivals and stuff that
Yeah.
we'll be at.
Yeah.
So we'll bring some of that stuff down to RBQ and hand some of that stuff out. You get your your jackets, your shirts from all over the country, different breweries, different month. It's a subscription base. You get the first month for $5.99, and every month after that is $13.99. So type in Wort in the promo code and get those My Bomber jackets today. And that's not even the sponsor. It's get those shirts on tap today. Now I'm just mixing up sponsors together. Brewers Hardware sponsoring us tonight. Brewers Hardware for your small home brewer or large capacity brewing needs. Go to brewershardware.com and check out their selection. We do hand out gift certificates to our brewers in case they're in a pickle and they need something to help them out with the brewing process. They can use their gift cards and go on to brewershardware.com and get all their needs met. So check it out, Brewers Hardware. So many needs. Also, we are sponsored by taphandles.com. Tap Handles has approved our design. We are moving.
The last one you sent me?
Yeah, we're moving forward with it. They're saying production is going to be complete sometime in June, so we anticipate seeing that coming out in the next few weeks. It's getting closer.
We should get a jockey box for Heckscher.
I like that idea, and us serve other people's beer. Well, we could do that. We'll talk to Manhattan or Union or somebody that the contacts that we have today.
Just buy a keg.
And we can be
serving, really ironic and buy a keg of like Bud Light.
That would be awesome. I think we'd get a lot of people throwing beer at us, but that's fine. Or we can play the
or other ways we end this podcast.
We'll get Frank to come down and we'll have people pour beer on. He wouldn't be down for that. I take that back. Pour beer on him was not a good idea. Sorry, Frank. So go ahead. Excuse me. Taphandles.com. If you are a home brewer or a larger capacity brewery, Tap Handles supplies thousands of people with their tap handles, the design from front to back end. In addition to that, not only tap handles are there, but they have front of store, point of sale, retail stuff. So really good stuff coming out of taphandles.com, and they'll be helping us with our sponsorship throughout the upcoming summer season. And you're going to see that pop up in some of the bars and restaurants and people that we talk to. And I'll remind me to talk to you about that story over the weekend. for Mother's Day. Steve Wynn will be going back into the studio probably in June. I'm thinking June 3rd is our first studio show back in. We gave up all our May dates before we had internet issues in the studio to Jam, Joe's Acoustic Mondays, because he's having some really big guests come in. And I like to play nice with our fellow people. So, Steve, we'll be back at the studio the first week in June, and then we'll have Squareheads in the middle of June. We're still working out who we're getting in on June 3rd. So look for us there. Again, check out our social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube, obviously. You can find us in all of our replays on the Hopped Up Network, which another story we'll have to tell. So I got to write this shit down because otherwise I'll totally forget it.
Should I be taking notes?
No. You didn't bring your laptop tonight, so it's like I don't know what you're going to do this whole time. You have a phone, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Do you have
Google.
Do you have my Wi-Fi, my home Wi-Fi? You don't need it.
Apparently,
I'm
I
sure
do.
It'll be good. Oh, okay. So you're connected right away. Yeah, probably for some of my family parties, you probably
guess so.
connected and grabbed it. And of course, we are going to be in rotation on govsradio.com. That's up and running very shortly. And of course, we're going to be doing some great things in the upcoming months. And that's why we wanted to get together, because we have a whole bunch of events and stuff that we're going to be doing in the upcoming weeks. And then, of course, we're going to kick off our summer season with a lot of live shows. You know, obviously that we're able to do what we're doing tonight here in the basement, which means all we need is a Wi-Fi connection. We can do all this anywhere we want. So we first want to talk about the most recent thing that we've been doing, and that is we went to the Rockatauk brewery opening. So talk to me a little bit about that. You and I met up on Friday, the day it opened. We had a couple people meet us down, your brother, his buddy Mike, and Frank, one of our the world's worst bartender. Is that
Frank Caffarelli, world's worst bartender?
Yes, he joined us at the, well, we had to pull his.
He was suckered in.
He was by me. I think
by
it was,
an Instagram story.
What was it?
And look at how much fun everyone else is having.
We had a great time. It was. So let's talk about a little bit of the beer. So I tried to do a full flight through the board at Rockatauk.
How'd that go?
I did 1 through 4.
That's better than I did.
Yeah, I did Doc, the blonde. I got to
This is heavy, Doc.
Yeah, I got to the double dry hop.
The cowboy one?
Yeah, not Space Cowboys. I want to say that, but it's not that. And then, of course...
That's something Barrage would make.
Yeah, Space Tacos.
Space Tacos.
And then, what was the other one we had? The Wit. I think I got to the Wit.
The Agave Wit.
Yes. Very good.
There was a blonde.
I had the blonde.
The Agave Wit wasn't... I wasn't nuts about that one.
Okay. Because you're the whip beer guy. You really do like
yeah,
Belgians.
No, I love
and
Belgian styles.
Saisons and stuff like that. So
it had. I was really excited for it because it sounded really good, but it had sort of an aftertaste on the finish that I wasn't crazy about.
Take some time to perfect it, but he'll get
for
there.
Opening night, it was.
Yeah, he had 6 beers on the
good.
board. I went 1 through 4, and I liked everything I had. The one I wanted to go back to was the double dry hop and Doc. Both of those IPAs that he pulled out of there were unbelievable. So we were very impressed, and ton of people throughout the weekend. I thought about going back Saturday. I had a little time in between, somewhere around like 3 to 6 o'clock, just when they opened. But I decided against it as to not really get fully in trouble by the family. And then they were open again last weekend, and of course Mother's Day, and they'd been doing really well. So thanks to everyone that has been going out and supporting our buddy Ken and Katie and the whole family, and visiting them at the brand new brewery. Great beer coming out of Rockatauk. Look for it to just go straight up from here. A great spot, great layout. What impressed you the most?
The tap room's fucking gorgeous. One of the better setups as far as like tap rooms, just decorated really nice. TVs, because commercial audio is kind of my specialty these days. Yeah. They spend a shit ton of money on audio there. Those pendant speakers are expensive.
Yes, they are.
So no, the tap room is great. You know, good amount of space, but not, you know, it's not like Great South Bay huge or anything like that.
Right.
But,
you still felt like there was
but you're not in a closet either. So
no,
it was good amount of space. My brother said him and a couple of the guys drove by the other day, and it was fucking packed.
Packed again, yeah.
They had 2 food trucks there, and it was just a mob scene.
I saw on their Instagram post that they were doing the food trucks again. It's important for that business, for any business really, in the end, to have the food source there, because they don't have a kitchen. You know, and most places that are, you know, doing what they do, they got to support themselves by.
And I mean, if you're eating, you're going to stick around there longer, and
of
drink
course,
more beer,
that's it.
Yeah,
it's like a win-win for both people on both ends. What was your favorite out of the board that you guys had?
One of the I can't remember the name of the IPAs, but the blonde was great, and I think I only had 3. I had the wit, the blonde,
Okay.
and one of the IPAs was really good. Oh, the
Doc?
Azaka.
Oh, yeah.
The
that,
Azaka
that was
IPA.
a double.
Yeah,
That was a double dry
was
hop.
terrific.
Unbelievable, yeah.
That one was really good. The blonde was great, and the blonde was like a $5 pint.
Yeah,
It was a fucking bargain.
yeah. I think that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to keep it where, obviously you're going to do price changing on ABV because, you're going to spend a lot more money in the product. So
Sure.
you're going to want to, but
More expensive beer to make, but I mean,
then you don't put it across the line, though, is the point. It's
Right.
Like you have your $7, $8 pint, but then you also have your $5 pint for the people that want a bargain but still want really great beer. So we went to that on Friday.
it's a good time. No, it's a great space. Mm-hmm. It was packed. It was good, which is good to see on opening night. It was, shit ton of people there.
A lot of people.
I'm sure it was like that the rest of the
We were
days.
elbow to elbow, pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
What time did we get down there? 7 o'clock?
Something like that. No, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it was some
7-ish.
Yeah, 7-ish. And like you said, it was packed.
Yeah, nuts to butts.
Steve Wynn said he liked the dock the best. Yeah, I like the dock too. I could have went back for that. I think that's what I might have wanted to get back to. But
I don't think I tried that
after
one yet.
4 beers and no dinner in me yet,
Yep.
because we went out afterwards to get some tacos.
Del Fuego.
Del Fuego, right there in Babylon. Again, a great spot for him because not only you have the food trucks, but if you did want to go back out, you want to go visit.
If you want to make, you want to make a night about it, hit up the brewery and then you're right in Babylon Village.
Pre-game, 3
Yep.
o'clock, 3
Yep.
to 5, then go ahead and head into Babylon and get an early dinner and then hit up some of the great bars there. And like I said, it ties into my story that I'll have later about Horace and Sylvia's that I was at yesterday for Mother's Day. And so happy Mother's Day for all the mothers that don't listen to our show and all the mothers that do listen to our show. Congratulations.
It's more the former than the latter.
It's a good point. There are a few parents.
I'm taking notes now.
Are you? What are you writing down?
I wrote Horace and Sylvia,
Yeah.
Hopped Up Network.
Okay. Yeah.
Things we have to talk about.
Yeah. Well, there was something else too, but I don't remember that.
Well, we're a SOL now.
Yeah. Well, it's not special. Right after that, on Saturday, my wife and I went out to New Jersey for a wedding.
Dirty Jers.
Dirty Jers. We went to Hackensack, a place who does not sound very nice and honestly doesn't look very nice.
Let's
But
play hacky sack.
It's not Hackens. It's Hackensack, not
Close
Hacky.
enough.
Well, there's an E or an I in there. Somewhere.
Sure.
Why?
Because I love you.
Oh, boy, don't do that. Don't do that. That's crazy. We stopped at 2 different breweries in between the church and the reception. And so that's really my only way of me enjoying myself, apparently, to my wife. So she's like, all right, if we're going to have any fun, we need to hit a brewery. So we hit 2, actually.
Clearly.
So we went to Elementary. Elementary or Ailmentary is a really cool spot. We had some great beer on tap. Everyone got a flight of friends of ours. Bags and Danny ended up getting a flight as well. And we got some stuff to go. I gave you some of that stuff. Hit or miss on the cans, to be honest with you.
I haven't tried anything yet.
Oh, what are you doing at home?
Not drinking enough,
Yeah,
obviously.
what the fuck? Like I burn through beer, and not that
Really?
I'm saying I'm drinking a lot. I'm having like 2 a night, but I'm having one
Oh,
of
no, I
something.
mean-
I'm not drinking like 3 of the same thing. So I'm just going through boom, boom.
I get
boom.
weird like that, like, because I feel like with singles, it's tough for me because I'm like, well, if I really enjoy it, I'm going to be pissed if I
Really
only
enjoyed it.
have
Don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the downfall of only having one of the types of beers that you're looking for. Good point. No, I'm thinking that what they didn't come out as well as what we had in draft, which is typically what you would think of. Our
Draft
friends,
is always better.
you would say that. But our friends who came with us actually ran into people they knew at the brewery. So we were going to head over to Brick City, Brix City. They were at AC Beer Fest. And what I had from them was good. So I was like, all right, let's go over there. And one of their friends stopped us and said, don't go over there. For some reason, every time I have something on tap, I feel like I get sick, meaning the draft lines aren't being cleaned or something's not being done, health-wise to those draft. Now, I'm taking for somebody else's, a friend of a friend of a friend's word on that. So they said, but by the way, if you go literally 1,000 feet from door to door, there's a brewery not too many people know about called Hackensack Brewery. And I didn't have it following on our Instagram. We follow
A lot
thousands,
of breweries. Yeah.
thousands of breweries online. And I went to type in Hackensack, and I said we're not following it. So it didn't even come up on our radar on the social media platforms. So we walked over there, right? Now, when I walk in, I'm usually impressed by the layout and the beer menu. The beer menu was about 20 different beers. That was a lot of beer to choose from. It was on a little screen like this. You know how they have it at like some of the breweries was just digital, and you see the numbers and everything. So to pick out a 4, taster flight was definitely difficult because there's so many choices. We didn't have that much time. We really didn't. We had maybe 25 minutes. I didn't finish my flight, not because I didn't like the beer. In fact, you could see I brought home.
Not trying hard enough then.
We just pounded a flight, within the last half hour, and now I'm going to pound another flight, and then I have to drive, 40 minutes to our hotel, then get on a shuttle, then drink all night. I was being a little more, reasonable and responsible, I guess. So I knew what I was drinking. I liked a lot. I know you're not saying that's ridiculous. We should have gotten an Uber from wherever we were, but it was too much traveling. Everything's a little spread out over there. And so we went into the brewery. Great selection, like I mentioned. And 2 of the 4 that I had were in crowlers. Now, let me tell you about their freezer or their refrigerator. So when you look at the bar, it's kind of like catty-cornered bar. And the fridges are behind the bar and off to the left. And it's maybe like 3 or 4 doors fridge. Now, typically when you go to a brewery, they're all the cans, right? The 4-pack, 16-ounce cans. This was top to bottom, left to right, crowlers.
Interesting.
No cans. They crowler everything by hand that morning.
Huh.
So this was packed on, and I have it here. It was packed on May 4th. We were there May 4th. So literally I got it when it was the packaging was still wet. So it was literally just crowlered when I got it. And I grabbed 2 of them. I got Musket. I forget what it was. Musket something. And then this one was the double walk-off, double New England. So both of them were New Englands, very juicy, very hoppy. But
this is super hoppy.
Super hoppy, but 8%. And the crowlers were, I think, $10.
It's not bad.
And you get about 2.5 beers out of it.
Yeah.
So I'll take that all day for an 8%, 2.5, 12 ounces.
True.
Or 2 16s if you want to count that, because that's what 32 ounces is. So,
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So two cans, right? You typically have this. This is a 6.0. This can right here from Sand City would not go for $5. This would go for probably close to $8 or $9. But when you get in a 4-pack, you're probably paying $16, $17. It's close to that. It's probably like $5.50, $6 a can. But for the value and for the percentage, and again, this is only 6%, and they're charging $16, $18. Again, it has to do with ingredients, so I can't argue with it. But that and the Musket, I got to look it up again because we put it in our Instagram feed. And I'm not exactly sure which one it was called. But
not to get sidetracked too early here, but when Sand City opens in Lindenhurst, how much Sand City beer is going to be in your fucking fridge?
I think nothing but. I don't think I'm going to drink anything but Sand City.
Silly.
I'm going to be poor. I think I'm going to have to get a second job working there. I'll do loading dock. I don't give a shit just to get my free half case before I leave every day. Just because it's just fiscally responsible to do so. It wouldn't
at most times I have at least a 2 or 3 crowlers from Barrage in my fridge and I'm just like, I gotta wait until I have a good night to open it.
Right, because when you open a crowler, you're in it.
It's a fucking commitment. Exactly.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's a Musket Haze. I should have known that. It was a 6.3 New England IPA at 6.3.
I love the can art.
Yeah, it's cool can. They got the gold can, which is really pretty sweet. It looks great, and but I honestly, the beer is actually really good. And again,
it's very hoppy.
Yeah, juicy.
Typical New England hazy.
Yeah, and I like I said, they're pumping out stuff in New Jersey that just continually meets or exceeds my expectations.
We got to make a day to go out to Red Tank.
Yes, I agree.
This summer, I'll take off a Friday and we'll.
Okay. Yeah, I'm around. I mean, we could do that. Chris will come home one day. She actually is going to work from home a lot on Fridays, so Fridays I'll have open. And I'm playing volleyball on Thursdays, so I definitely have Fridays wide open in the summer. And we'll go over there. It's going to be a quick trip. We'll go late morning. Yeah. And we'll be there for the opening.
Come home for dinner.
Come home for dinner.
Yeah.
Well, on a Friday in the summer, shouldn't be that bad, but we'll see. So that was my trip, and we went to, like I said, Elementary, and then we went to Hackensack and had a great time and brought a lot of beer back. Got you some. I got my buddy Nick some that I didn't get to give to him because I didn't realize he was coming to the games this weekend. And then rough week last week. A lot of stuff going on. We didn't do a show last week, and I had to live off of the small pickings that I had from because I said I was giving out a lot, but I didn't have much back. So then I talked to Frank midweek, and we made a little bit of a trade, and Frank was able to score some of these Sand City Equilibrium collaborations. So we have the Infinite Fluctuation and the Infinite, well, I forget the other one. It's in the fridge. And we got the Lava Cake with the Great Notion. That's a stout that can be just drank 15 years from now, and it'll probably be dope. And then he also gave me the Jay Wakefield Sand City collab, which was good. It was good. It was getting old. It didn't pour old, like it didn't pour dark, like what happens to some IPAs when they turn. But it definitely, you could tell it wasn't at its freshest. But it was good. It was packaged back in April, so it was about 4 weeks old or so, But it was definitely delicious. And I'll be posting a couple more pictures in our story on our Instagram page and our Twitter feed and our Facebook, showing what we're going to go through and what the look is. And then, this weekend was filled with Mother's Day and running around and doing stuff. So I met up with Nick. I came out to the kids' game, and he brought in some Finback. So we have 2 Finbacks here tonight that we're going to go ahead and crack open after we go through these. And,
we
Sunday.
start knocking them back then.
I know. I'm too busy
I
talking.
bought like 6 beers.
Well, that's why the thing about not having a guest is we can't let them talk, so we can just sit here and drink. And if you and I are drinking at the same time, it's kind of dead air. It's kind of boring,
Well, no more than the rest of the show. No.
Oh, no more than every bit of the show. I agree with that. We're gonna pop ourselves on Instagram Live in a little bit. I did a little pre-show tease with my daughter, who was giving me mic checks so I could test all the levels and stuff before the show. So you could just walk in, put your headphones on, and ready to go. And then last night, we watched a little bit of Game of Thrones. And I'm sure at this point, it's a Monday night. It's 8:30. If you haven't watched it last night, you're definitely already now watching it.
You've already avoided the internet for the entire fucking day.
You're done. And our show isn't the one that's going to ruin it for you. So let's talk a little bit about Game of Thrones really fast.
Let's pause. Let's get to that in a minute when we open this.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, all right. You want to talk about RBQ?
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yes. Let's talk about. Also true.
Yeah. That's really why we ended up here tonight. I guess I was getting to that point where I was saying this is how it's all transpired to this point. So Pete and I have been talking for the past week about how we're going to help promote, and we are going to be part of Rockatauk. So Rockatauk is this concept from James and Ryan, who work at an partial owner, partial manager, whatever their roles are. You can ask them when you go there, at RBQ. And it is a barbecue, nice, really great barbecue place over in the Rockaways. And though you guys in Long Island seem like Rockaways is really far, it really wasn't that bad of a drive.
40-minute drive, right?
Yeah, and we went at night, so it wasn't much traffic. I'm sure if you travel there during the day on off hours, it'll be fine. We even got stuck not being able to cross back over the Bay Bridge and went through the back roads, and it still was fine. We were home by like 10:30, so it wasn't even a big deal. So anyone that's out here in Long Island that wants to go check this out, please do.
Legit fucking barbecue.
Well, that's what we're going to get to. So we got a little wine and dine from the boys over there, and they let us sample some of their unique and distinct tacos. So we had barbecue chicken.
We had shrimp.
We had
shredded chicken, which was fucking outrageous. Brisket,
yes.
And pulled pork.
The pulled pork was very good too.
I liked the brisket and the chicken. The chicken was surprisingly good, which is usually,
it's dry. It usually when you barbecue
the chicken was
it feels dry.
Super flavorful, which is surprising.
Yeah, whatever they're doing to that chicken, they're giving it some love. There's some chicken.
The tacos really good.
Yep. Yeah, built very nice. So here's the deal. Rockatauk is happening on May 17th, 18th, and 19th. Yes, it's 3 days. It's I'm gonna say it's probably 5 sessions, if not 4 sessions, if not 5 sessions. I'm gonna say it's probably 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
4 sessions, yeah.
4 correct. Sundays, yeah. 4 running up till Sunday. So here's the deal. We're here to help promote it because we are going to be broadcasting live from Rockatauk on May 18th, starting at 2 p.m. and going till right around 6. We are going to be there with some of our friends. So we'll start off by, how did we get to this point? How did we get Rockatauk?
I got a call from Dan from Long Beach. Gave me a call friend of his that owns a couple restaurants was going to be having a pseudo festival kind of thing at
Was
in
that
the
James?
Rockaways.
James was his
Yep.
buddy? Okay.
Yep. And asked if we would be interested in doing a show from him, and I said, "Fuck yeah!" And thanks for thinking of us. And
Yeah. And since we gave up a lot of our May dates, we were looking for some live shows to do around, the area, whether it be going out east or whether heading in west. And, we really wanted to start, expanding our reach, too.
Sure.
Like we did down in AC and got a lot of people and breweries down there,
talked to a lot of breweries
Networking.
in Jersey. Cypress, Red Tank.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a couple
They've
others.
called in. See, that's where it started, is the call-ins. And then we started, Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we started being able to see them down there. And now with contacts, we can talk to them pretty openly. And that's how it works. That's how the networking all goes. I think it worked out very well for us in the last few months. And I think we're doing really well with, getting people on and being able to do this. So we're not here in my basement tonight through lack of guests. We're here because we had a mission. And our mission is to have people come join us over at Rockatauk May 17th, 18th, 19th. Let me give you the details, okay? So the lineup that they have on their website isn't 100% locked in. We did get a locked-in initial locked-in brewery list of who's going to be there. Right now, as it stands, they were hoping to get, are you ready for this? LIC 5 Boroughs, Rockaway, Other Half, KCBC, Common Roots, Single Cut 3s, 6 Point Yonkers, Flagship, Sloop, Barrier, Long Beach, Oyster Bay, Garvey's Point, Lithology, Small Craft, Brewers Collective, Greenport, Great South Bay, and Dubco, Montauk. So here's the deal. They actually were going to get in a car from their restaurant, right?
They did get in a car.
They did. They went. And they went all the way out east onto Long Island to buy some kegs and to bring it back to RBQ to then have as part of their festival. So here's the details of the festival. Again, May 17th, 18th, and 19th. Multiple sessions. Probably one on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. They're going to have as many of these breweries as possible on draft. If they're
30 taps.
They have 30 taps behind the bar, but they're also going to have stations with jockey boxes and brewers there that are going to be talking about their beer, especially our boys from Long Beach. And we're going to have some of those guys on as guests throughout the day and talk to James and Ryan about their vision for the restaurant. They've been open since February. And the concept was to bring New York or lower New York, we'll say the lower part of New York, together, bringing Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Nassau, and Suffolk County together in one place where New York people can enjoy Long Island beers, Long Island people can come in and enjoy New York beers. It's a great concept, and for what they're charging compared to the...
It's a fucking steal, yeah.
Now I'm going to compare this to the 5 Borough Beer Fest, which is happening the same day. Okay, 5 Borough festivals happening on the same day. We reached out to them before we ever talked to James from RBQ. I did.
All right.
And I asked if they were interested in any media coverage. No one ever get back to me because we were using Instagram and social media to communicate. So it's the typical thing. If I had an email address or a contact, we probably would have been there. And they have a tremendous amount of people going to be on it. There's no doubt about it. They have a ridiculous amount of people. Their tickets for their 3-hour, I think, well, I'll tell you that, but I'll overestimate. 4-hour session, $75.
Wow.
$75 for their
And it's
session.
going to be packed, and there's going to be a fucking line at
Correct.
any brewery that you have any interest of visiting that first time. Yeah.
So James is doing a festival on that same day in Rockaway. $40.
$40. Here are the
Per
details.
session.
You can go to Eventbrite and search Rockatauk. There's also a link on RBQ's Instagram profile. 4 sessions, Friday 6 to 10, Saturday 2 to 6 and 6 to 10. And this probably seems like the best bang for your buck. We won't be there, but Sunday 12 to 6, 6 hours of drinking for $40
Wow.
with
Unlimited
30 plus
tasting.
taps.
They hope to
Unlimited
unload
tasting.
all of the beer that they have. If they didn't get rid of anything, that's when you're going to get rid of it.
They also have $2 sliders and tacos. The tacos are fucking delicious.
Well,
I'm
that was the
sure
big thing.
The sliders are going to be great.
The fact that their food is going to
It
be...
smells ridiculous.
And by the way, Friday might be a little rainy, but Saturday and Sunday, no rain in the forecast.
Fucking time.
Sunday is going to have partly cloudy, and both days are going to be about 65 degrees out.
Not bad.
So over there, one of the huge draws, obviously, is they're a block away from the beach. They're 1 block away from the beach.
Right by the beach.
Bon. So if you decide to come down on a beautiful Sunday, you're going to get 6 hours of drinking, right? You're going to get a beautiful 65-degree, finally the sun's out day. And
No shit.
You're going to get great food, great stuff happening all over the Rockaways. And, we went down there and really cool area, believe it or not. I mean, I think the vacationer time starting in late May to, September or so is going to be a really big time for them. They are really going to find themselves. So they have this big window, and I was talking to Ryan about this, a huge garage window that's going to open up onto the street. And the concept is, with all the millennials living in the area.
Goddamn fucking hipsters.
Sure. They're going to be able to supply these hipsters that want to go on the beach with their cut-off jeans that they cut themselves and
so weird.
Probably still flannel shirts, again, cut themselves with
beards
3
that
top buttons open.
Less impressive than
little
ours.
Chest hair hanging out.
You want to talk chest hair?
No, I don't. I certainly do not. They're going to be able to supply. So you're going to be able to walk up to the restaurant, into the window, right there. You're going to be able to get your food to go. You're going to be able to get crowlers to go. And then walk 1 block to the beach, and you got everything you need to enjoy your day.
And everything, just the smell fucking wafting out to the street.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did you smell your jacket the next day?
I didn't. No.
It smelled like barbecue.
Did it?
Yeah, we're gonna smell like barbecue. It's actually.
I'm okay with that.
I was so okay with that. It was really good. And I have a windbreaker. The windbreaker I wore, so it's not like it's porous and will accept stuff. For 24 hours after being there, I smelled like delicious.
Was it one of those FBI windbreakers? Security?
No, it's the Vans thing that I wear all the time. But it was. You don't expect that to accept air molecules like a sweatshirt would or something. So
I probably smell like dog.
It might have overpowered the barbecue, or your dog, when you get home, is going to think that you're a nice big dog treat.
That's probably why he likes me so much.
We'll wait till we're there for about 4 hours, 5 hours, and just wait till and we're sitting next to the smoker. So we're going to be set up on Saturday, right in front of that window, actually.
It's going to be terrible for my already terrible waistline.
But we're going to have some prime real estate. We're going to be able to see out the window, talk to people on the street. We're going to be able to interview our brewers. And we'll be there for about 4 hours talking to everybody about the concept and what we're looking to do. And then that's supposed to be the kickoff. Like, he didn't do this just for the festival, just for the money grab. He's doing this as a kickoff to show that this restaurant is going to be the staple right there on the beach for good craft beer from all over Long Island.
Good fucking barbecue.
And great food to boot. So check them out. Go to RBQ on Instagram. So let me give you the thing. It's RBQ_Rockaway Beach. Go onto their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Tickets are through a link, eventbrite/e/Rockatauk, and then a whole bunch of numbers and dashes and shit. So just go to that link. They have a bunch of stuff that they're promoting right now. In addition to having live music that day, they're also showing that the New York City ferry leaves Manhattan from Wall Street, hits Sunset Park at the Army Terminal down in Brooklyn, and then loops all the way around to Rockaway Beach. You can take the ferry blocks away from RBQ. So you don't even need to drive if you're coming from Manhattan.
Hop in an Uber from the fucking ferry.
Right. Not even Uber. You're a few blocks. It's not far
I'm
at
fat.
all.
I don't walk.
I don't walk. So, yes, for Pete, you'd have to Uber. And you're going to enjoy, like I said, 4 hours of straight drinking.
Or 6 hours.
Or 6 if you
If
go
you want
on
to be a
Sunday.
heathen and give up your Sunday.
I would
Kidding.
do that.
I
We probably should have done Sunday, but it's all right.
Saturday was the free day I was
Yes,
given.
I agree.
And I was so excited.
You are allowed to go on a Saturday.
It's great.
Okay, but I'll take what we can get, right?
What are we drinking next? Do you want to finish up the crowler? Or you want to open up something else?
Well, the crowler has got to get finished.
Let's finish.
Otherwise,
crowler.
we're going to be
I'm
doing.
empty.
All right, Pete's going to pour us a crowler. In the meantime, we're going to transition now that we've done RBQ and talked about everything we need to talk about. I do want to address a couple things about GovsRadio.com really fast. Again, GovsRadio.com is not abolished. It's not gone away. Go to GovsRadio.com and check out what we're going to be doing in the next few months. We should be back up and running in approximately 3 or 4 days. That's the hope. And we should be able to start rebroadcasting all of our now 14 podcasts on the platform. So let me quickly run down all of
So many goddamn podcasts.
I know, but you know what? You gotta have your podcast nowadays. Otherwise, you're not a network. So we'll start with Joey Coley's Shots Fired. That's going to be happening on Sundays, I believe. Then we have the Knock 'em Dead comedy radio show. They are every Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then we have Limo Talk happening Thursdays from 8 to God knows when that ends, when they start drinking. Graz wanted to call in tonight. Maybe we'll get him. Then we have us on Monday nights, every other Monday, opposite Joe's Acoustic Mondays. We will be broadcasting starting at 8 p.m. as well. We have Tea Time with Teresa on Tuesdays, right before the Knock 'em Dead comedy show.
What is Tea Time with Teresa?
It's
Let me interrupt
Teresa.
you.
Her name's Teresa, and she does a podcast for an hour.
Is it about golf or is it about like herbal teas?
Oh, Teresa. Well, you want me to read you the?
Is there a show bio?
There is.
I'm super curious now.
Yeah, I'll go to it right now and I'll read you what Teresa has to say. So Teresa Farrell is Gov's Radio first female comic to host her own show. Teresa is originally from Bayside, Queens, and now resides in Wort.
Wanta.
She entered the comedy world in the 90s as Teresa Manzo, and now she's married to a leprechaun. She performed at the comedy. Well, he's a feral, and she's promoting that she's been everywhere, and she left for a while to start a family, and she had a family, and now she's back into the comedy world, doing improv, and now revising her routine, and she's hitting the stage at Governor's Comedy Clubs, and she's a regular in the little room and the big rooms. Show your support every Tuesday on GovsRadio.com from 10 to 11 a.m. with Tea Time with Teresa.
Interesting.
So check her out. Let me back up one more here, and let me get through the rest of these because there's a bunch. So Tea Time Teresa on Tuesdays. Then we got the Steve Squared show right before our show on Monday nights from 7 to 8, or really I think they start at 6:45 to 7:45. We got Not Another Pucking Podcast with Anthony DiDomenico, Christopher Roach, and John Truson talking about hockey. Hockey's almost over, so I don't know what they're going to talk about in the offseason. Maybe the
hockey's still a thing?
It is a thing.
Like people still watch hockey?
They do, and when the Islanders were in it, a lot of people, I was watching it every night.
Kidding.
But now we're in the semis or the regional or the conference playoffs. So
the fuck would I know?
I mean, there's still stuff to talk about, of course, up until the Stanley Cup playoffs. But after that, the offseason, is there a draft? Is there something like that they do? I don't even know. I don't follow it beyond the regular season. We have the Dan Romano show happening on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday from 8 till God knows when. Tune in if you want to see some naked chicks on our Facebook Live page. We have Joe's Acoustic Mondays every other Monday. It's starting at 8 p.m. We have Welcome Back to America with DB Frickin' Friends every Saturday at 8 o'clock. Then we have Let's Eat with Chef Felix. That happens after Knock 'em Dead, starting at 1:30 on Thursdays, I believe. And we have Funny Tank. We just added Funny Tank to the lineup. They'll be coming in. I don't know what their timing is. Mondays, I think, at 1 p.m. That works. And then brand new, I just added it today. They're going to be coming in on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. That is Three's Company Radio Show. So it's this guy, I don't remember his name, and these two chicks. So they're going to be doing some great funny stuff. So yeah, guys, check out govsradio.com and the lineup there. We got a ton of varied content from political and comedy and comics and everyday talk radio, and check it all out, and check out our website. We're going to be updating that and getting live video feeds right on our website as opposed to having to travel out to YouTube or Facebook.
I was reading the bio for the Welcome Back to America podcast.
Yeah, DB. We've had DB on the show. You
did.
met him. Yeah, DB was one of our booth guests that sat away from the camera, but you heard him every so often.
I just like this part of their bio. Welcome Back to America is the comedy troupe, the not quite ready for jihad players, a.k.a. Mujahideen.
Jesus Christ. DB, do you want people
points? That's great.
Did he want people to send him hate mail? All the Democrats will be sending him hate mail.
Oh.
The jihadists.
Let's not get into that.
All right, no, we're not. Because you know what, Pete? In the end, I don't give a fuck. Just let the country run
itself. I give
itself.
too many fucks. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm giving 0 fucks. Those are really good.
I started rewatching
You took my tin off. I don't give a shit. I'm just kidding.
I just started rewatching The Wire. Headline.
Yeah.
There you go again. Giving a fuck when it's not your turn to give a fuck.
It's a great line. You know what? I should probably put that into the show.
These are pretty good.
Right? It's toasted coconut almonds.
Indeed it is.
They knocked my socks off when I first tasted it.
Leave that open.
Yeah, because that's going to be gone by the end of the night. It definitely helps to have nuts with beer.
Giggity.
Yeah, there you go. You want to take a quick break because I'm going to have to pee,
Sure.
and then we'll reset. Really quick, let's give a shout out to Long Island, who came out with their brand new beer.
They announced it?
Number 4, yeah.
What is number 4? I'm so excited.
20 Minutes of Agony. I believe it's what it's called. 20 Minutes of Agony. 20 Mins of Agony.
I am like, this, if I was into Pikachu,
Yeah.
or whatever those
Pokemon. Yeah.
this would be my fucking Like, I'm
all of
with,
them.
like, with beer in general, I see, like, from one of the local breweries, I see they have something out. And I'm like, well, I obviously
You had the
need
habanero
that.
number 3, right?
Whether I haven't drank it yet, but I have it.
You have it, yeah.
It's one of, like, I need to have this whole fucking series because I don't know.
Well, we were there right at the beginning of it. Again,
Yeah,
tasting
no,
up
that
the
Jack
Bright
Free
Tank.
Life was fucking great. And we tried the
King Celtic.
King Celtic is delicious.
And then
I might try and grab another 4-pack of that.
habanero. I don't. Can you find it still?
Superstar by me had it.
Yeah.
So
Not selling that if they still have it in there.
they also, for some reason, I wasn't.
By the way,
they had
if
Long
you see-
Island's Saison
Yeah.
in there, and I was like,
I don't know
this
when the
was
last
in
time they
like
did that.
February. I'm like, I don't think they brewed that recently.
Yeah. But the King Celtic probably would stand up. It's a red,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
it probably
yeah,
would
I'm
hold
gonna-
up fine for after
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
few
get it.
weeks or months.
If it's there next time I stop by, I'm gonna get another.
Get
full
King
pack.
Celtic.
Fuck that.
That was delicious. And I'm excited for now 20 Minutes of Agony. It's an IPA. I guess there's a whole explanation going to a Long Island beer on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the other good stuff. Check them out on the social media, and they'll be there for you to give you your brand new number 4 in the 10 Beers, 10 Years series. Fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
they're doing some really good stuff there. I don't think they're getting enough
Yeah, underrated.
credit. Not credit's not the right word. They're not getting enough
might be-
attention.
It might be the
Let's-
right word.
I would say enough attention. They're not. No
fucks given.
No,
No one's
they're
giving
not,
as much fucks as they should be.
not playing any fads, and they're putting out some really solid fucking beer, and they've been here a long time, and
Agreed.
wish them 10 more years of success.
Right, and I think what we're going to find is some ridiculous stuff coming out of them after this series. They're going to
And
just
they
go
have
wild.
the expansion. They're
Right. And they do a lot more
new tap room
contract.
opening up this summer
that's
or
gonna be
this
freaking
fall.
Dope. And they're
Excited.
doing all this with that. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like they're doing all this in the midst of all that movement and construction. And when we get back, this is the Word with Mike and Pete. We're going to talk a little bit about Dogfish merging with
Yes.
Sam Adams.
Yeah.
We could discuss that a little bit, and we got a bunch of other things to talk about. So this is the
Drink some
Word.
Sand City.
Hell yeah, we're gonna drink some Sand City. This is the Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Yo, we'll be right back. I guess. Let me just turn this up right after this.
Govs Radio.
This is the Wort on Govs Radio.
heard a shot. I think I 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 heard a shot. Black nationalism. He may be a real contender for this position should he abandon his supposed obedience to white liberal doctrine of nonviolence and embrace black nationalism. Through counterintelligence, it should be possible to pinpoint potential troublemakers and neutralize them. And neutralize them. And neutralize them. Wake up! 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 How long? Not long. 'Cause what you reap is what you sow.
This is Ghost Radio, and you're getting drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort.
As the Wort with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We are not on it currently. We are currently in a basement, and we are broadcasting live tonight exclusively, Pete, on YouTube, on our channel. Go to YouTube, type in The Wort, Mike and Pete, and check us out on our show, and we will be... Ooh, what do you get? It sounds like Guantanamera. Guantanamera.
Someone's fucking Instagram story.
It wasn't. It's like an update of what's going on.
That was Kelsey is Monday is apparently in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I don't give a
Good
flying
for her.
fuck.
I know.
Right after we went into break, we had a quick call from our friend Anthony Grazade. So we're gonna get him on really fast to talk to him about.
All right, while he's talking shit, pound this beer.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yes, hello, Graz. How are you, sir?
Hi, how are you? Who's this?
What do you mean? Who's this? It's the Wort with Mike and Pete. What do
New
you
phone,
got?
who dis?
Hey, Pete the Peters. How are you?
Very good, Graz. How are you doing tonight? We don't have our phones hooked up here tonight, so we're gonna go off it like this.
Where are you? In your fucking basement?
We're in your basement.
Yeah.
My kids are in my basement, so that would be a very scary thought.
Yeah, it would be us with a bunch of beer and your basement.
All
And
I
your-
got
and
a
your
couple of
kids.
complaints. May I issue them now?
What do you want?
I have a couple of complaints. May I issue my complaints?
You may. Go ahead.
Fuck your complaints.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, fuck off, Pete. Before I come over there and I'll fucking punch you.
Okay, go ahead.
Right?
Tell us
I
about your
gotta be
complaints.
nice
Right in
now.
my nose,
daughter
is that
just
where-
walked in the car and I can't use profanity.
Wait. Yeah. We're in my basement. My children are asleep within 100 feet.
All right, well, first of all,
Yes.
are you guys doing some kind of big shindig in Rockaway this weekend?
We are. Do you want to come?
I'm thinking of it. I haven't
You
gotten
should.
invited yet, but I was thinking of maybe coming, yes.
All right, so here's the deal. You don't need to have a ticket to get to RBQ this weekend. If you want to enjoy all the beer, you can definitely buy a ticket. But if you want to come down with us and be our special guest on Saturday, May 18th, between 2 and 6 p.m., Graz, I'm going to officially invite you down to RBQ in the Rockaways and to come join us for our live broadcast at RBQ.
Oh, it took you a goddamn fucking year.
What?
Was Tom
Only took you a
Santiago
goddamn
busy?
year to invite me.
No,
Now
Tom-
I got my kid looking at me because I'm using profanity. Sorry.
Oh, see what you did. That's not good.
It's not nice.
That's not nice.
No.
This is why we don't have nice things.
All right, well, I'll figure it out. I don't know yet. I'm going to put you on hold. I might have plans on Saturday.
That's okay. If you do, you do. But we'll be down there from 2 to 6. You don't need a ticket. Just come on down and join us for some festivities. We'll have a great time.
That's pretty impressive. You really. So you got this one coming up. What's the next one after
Someone
that?
actually invited us this one, Graz.
Yeah, someone actually invited us to this one, just like AC Beer Fest. We got the invite.
That's pretty impressive. That's great. What's the next one after that? Did they invite you up to another one?
Well,
Yes.
we actually, there's a bunch we got invited to, but we're starting to have to be to the point where we're turning down. There's enough, interest in us and our media coverage and our listeners to kind of bring us on. So I'll say this: we do have one of the invites that we're highly considering. That's going to happen in August at the Heckscher State Park Beer Fest. It's called Craft. Was it Craft
Spring?
No, it's not the spring one. It's Craft Beer Fest or something like that at Heckscher State Park. So
I heard that, but I heard that one's great.
that one is a good time. I have not been to the one when it was at Heckscher. I was out at the Martha Clara one when it was there.
You can't be turning down any of these. You should give. If worst comes to worst, send your intern out and put Pete out there if he can get a free pass. If you can't do it, to be able to go to all these things, you can't be turning these things down.
Well, it's the complete opposite. I probably can do it, and Pete cannot. And I don't really like ditching Pete every time there's a live festival.
Oh, I don't mind being the guest host.
Of course you don't.
Who cares about Pete? Pete, you're the talent. Remember, Pete? Huh?
Yeah, see. I don't.
Love that fake fucking laugh.
Yeah.
I can't hear him. What did he say?
He said he loves that fake laugh. We haven't worked out the details of that yet. So I am currently in talks with somebody as being my co-host. So depending on what Pete's availability is going to be, he leaves the next day on vacation, and I come back the day before. So it's like a one day that Pete and I are here in the country together at the same time, and it's the day that the beer fest is going on. So we're trying to work out the details of that to make it work.
Did you guys go to Rockatauk?
We did.
We did. We went to the opening on Friday. We had that discussion at the beginning of the show, and
How'd it go?
unbelievable. It was great space, great beer. Kem was busy as all hell, but he had the time to kind of pause and say hello to us and talk a little bit about what's going on. And Pete and I are going to go in there and probably do a live show this summer. From what I understand,
why wouldn't you?
well, they have the space for us, and that's the thing. Like they have a nice. It's not a huge space, but it's big enough to support what we have to set up with, and then we'll do a show and we'll talk to him now that he has beer for us to taste. Not that we haven't tasted already, but nice.
That's good. So you take Rockatauk, and I'll go over to my buddy Charlie.
There you go.
1940s.
Yeah. No, Charlie's doing great things as
You
well.
should do a road show, Graz.
You really should. I can help you get. Tom can help you get set up. Tom knows the deal.
You want to know the funny part about it is all these guys like Dan Romano and everything else are doing these shows, and I keep swaying away from it. And now I see what you're doing, and these guys.
Are you checking us out on YouTube tonight?
I saw you guys on YouTube. I saw your Mets. I knew you were in your basement because I saw your Mets dartboard behind you.
Yeah. There you go. You've seen my Mets. I know you've seen my Mets. My Mets
that
basement.
place is a museum, man. I think that's one of the nicest Mets basements I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're not a Mets fan, you're gonna vomit in your own mouth because I have so much stuff around here. The people on YouTube can't see everything, but it actually starts way over there, and it ends up. There's a whole bunch of wall stuff here. There's stuff behind the camera. I got pieces of David Wright's bat. I got Pedro Martinez signed stuff. I got all the Sports Illustrated stuff from the 90s and the 2000s.
Don't you have Todd Pratt's jizz from 1998?
Don't have not Todd Pratt's jizz.
Where is that in here so I can avoid it?
Yeah, Turk Wendell's foreskin. I have.
Turk Wendell's foreskin. Willie Randolph's ass fucking burgers. You got everything in that basement. I've been
That's right.
there. I'm very impressed with that basement.
Yeah, it's a lot of Met stuff, and it just is. It screams out to what we do here at the O'Toole household, and in addition to that, you'll see it scattered in a lot of beer stuff. I haven't turned the camera around, but I got a full bar we're sitting in front of right now, It's
I
like,
saw that. You're sitting behind your bar, right?
yeah, I'm behind the bar. Pete's out in front, and we're just kind of, got the camera shot, set up so we can both be in it. I got my
There's a lot of Tito's on hand for
lot
Mrs.
of Tito's
O'Toole.
from Mrs. O'Toole. A lot of. She's got
Oh,
multiple
Mrs.
multiple
O'Toole's got
handles,
lots of Tito's, huh?
multiple handles of Tito's.
That Mrs. O'Toole, man, she knows a good husband, she knows a good radio show, and she knows a good co-host.
That's it.
So what else is going on? What's the story with Cubs Radio?
All right, so right now, we just had Verizon in today. I
Yes.
performed a bunch of tests on the system. I if you go to Facebook and type in Govs Radio right now, more than likely the stream is still going.
I did. I've been checking it out, and funny part about it,
Yeah.
there's like 5 people commenting on there. You were on there. I wrote the word stinks, and
Yeah.
you haven't replied to me.
Well, I haven't logged in since last. So what happened was I was on it, and my team viewer crapped out because my computer crapped out at the time, and it kind of froze the entire system for a moment when I crapped out a team viewer, and then moments later it went right back in. So it looks like we are holding consistent levels. The stream is very, very good. We have over 160 upload speed at this point, which is more than basically what we paid for. And it's lightning fast. We'll say lightning fast.
Those guys told me they were going to take care of us.
Thank you very much, Verizon. Yes, Richie actually reached out to me, your board op.
Yeah, Mike Ippolito, who's one of the union guys, put his own group of guys on there.
That's
to
brilliant.
do the work on there. So I that's off the record, but now that everybody heard it on the work, you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah, and we have our own kind of like support team now that we can make sure that upload speed stays consistent. So now we've, and I just want to say this for the record, we've proven that the computer is not the problem. We've proven that Wirecast is not the problem. And now that Optimum, we can obviously say was the problem, we fixed it, we remedied it, and now we're moving forward, and we will be up and running within a few days.
Well, I hope you're up and running for Thursday night with Limo Talk with Graz, because I've got special guests coming on. I've got Mad Dog Russo I got to talk to. And I've been off for 3 weeks, and I'm starting to get the fucking shakes.
I know. Well, listen, I almost say right now you could go in there tonight and do it. But let's just run the test and let it run its course. Let's get Verizon back in there tomorrow, and let them get our static IP up and running. And then our phone lines.
Dan Romano's going to flip on you, dude.
I know.
If
And
you don't have his birthday show Wednesday night, he's going to be calling the Farmingdale Chamber of Commerce.
Well, let Dan Romano do it. People don't honestly take him all that seriously, other than his entertainment value. So I'm not going to worry about it. I will try to get that studio at 100% capacity, only to turn around and then introduce a brand new website, a brand new service, and a brand new way that people can listen to Govs Radio and watch Govs Radio content on the daily.
Is there a possibility we can get a camera in Pete's shower so I can take a look at Pete as he washes up?
for the right price.
For the right price, yeah.
Pete, because I can tell you, all I want to see is those fucking triple tires on your ass cheeks.
Triple tires? What is that?
I didn't even
explain that reference.
Fucking more rolls than a bakery.
There you go. Good one. Well,
I'm very confused.
I think he's saying you're a heavy man.
Yeah, Pete, I would stay away from.
This is coming from another heavy man.
I'm not heavy. I lost 15 pounds.
Hey,
since you
congratulations.
last
Good
saw
for you.
me.
What's the
And
secret?
I heard you guys are going to be stationed by a smoker on
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes, so don't come with an appetite. Come fed with lots of kale in your belly. And that way you won't be tempted to try the delicious RBQ barbecue and for tacos and the nachos and all sorts of stuff they got on their menu.
Is your intern coming on Saturday?
No, Tom, we don't need him. It's just a very quaint, short stint, very simple setup, kind of like what we have right here in my basement. So it doesn't require all that much.
Are you going live that day, or is it going to be taped?
Absolutely. We're going live to Facebook, and we'll do like a little, I'm sorry, not to Facebook, to YouTube, and we'll do a little Instagram live as well.
What about Govs Radio? We can't put you on there?
No, I mean, we do have the ability to do it, to be honest with you, but I need someone back at the studio to work the Comrex system. So everything we have at the station is available for anyone that wants to use Comrex, but right now I'm not using that. I don't need it. I don't need to be live on the audio part. We have our video stuff, and I can actually use our new system to broadcast live from wherever I am on the road. That's the big deal with it.
When's your next in-studio, when's your next Govs Radio in-studio
June 3rd, right?
presentation?
Yes.
Yeah, June 3rd, I believe, is our next in studio.
Who are our guests?
Right now, it's TBD.
It's
Because,
a surprise.
Yeah, I'm going to say TBD because we have yet to sort through the people that are wanting to be on it. We're trying to make a final decision. We already locked in Squareheads for June. Let me do the
17th.
math. 17th. Thank you for the math. So they're locked in for the 17th, but our June 3rd show, we're still kind of figuring out what we want to do. So we're definitely going to have a brewer guest. We're definitely going to have some people in, and it is going to be a great show.
Are you two pimples playing Beaver Snowball on June 1st at 10 a.m. at Howard Middle School in Farmingdale against the Long Island Bombers?
Yeah, so Pete and I don't know if Pete's going to play, but Pete will come down and support it.
What's this?
I am going to get on the field. I can't be there for all that long because I have my own children's softball and baseball games to do that day.
Who cares about them? Fuck
No,
them.
I'm coaching the team. It's not just her.
Who gives
It's
a shit? Get the assistant coach.
Oh no, there's no assistant.
You
There's
can miss a game. Go,
Maybe.
listen,
no, I can't. I can't
here?
miss a game because I'm going to miss a game this Saturday, so I can't be that guy.
All right.
Trust me, I'll be there for as much as I can be. But I will definitely be. My face will be on that field.
All right. I expect Pete to be there with his belly.
I don't even know what he's talking about. yet.
So let me ask you a question. What was the secret to your weight loss, 15 pounds?
Cocaine.
Yeah, nice. Perfect. All right, this is thegubsradio.com. This is the word with Mike and Pete. Go to Gotham Gold Graz on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Anthony Grazade, thanks a lot for calling into the show, buddy.
Pete, I love you.
Ask him if he has any more of that cocaine. I could use a little.
Yeah, we could all use a little cocaine.
I'll bring it in. I'll bring it on Rockaway. We'll do fucking. We'll smoke
my
some
God.
chickens, and we'll snort coke on the table as we go live in Rockaway.
Pete and I will be taking the ferry back to Wall Street.
You guys will be in fucking Connecticut. Why are we here?
What
I don't
happened?
know. What happened?
I just blinked, and next thing I know, I'm in Rotham, Connecticut. What happened?
Pete blacked out, and the fucking mattress is on the roof.
That's crazy.
See you later, guys.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling.
Good job, Michael. Good job, Pete. Greatest
See you,
show in the
Graz.
world.
Later, buddy.
Bye.
Here's the word, Mike and Pete, GubsRadio.com, that we're not on. It's YouTube exclusive tonight, and we are going to set up the Instagram in just a moment. Pete, do you have a long diatribe of information and story that you can talk about?
Does whatever you're going to get up from here to do
Yes.
involve dumping this beer and getting
It was terrible.
It's
All right, so
tell me if it's me.
All right, well,
Don't put it on camera.
no, it's fine because we this is our problem, our fault. Yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah.
I'll help you out with that. I'll do that, and then I'll set up the Instagram live. So do you have something else to talk? This is probably going to end up being that way as well. So this is our fault. Pete and I were out at Hoptron several months ago, and apparently Hoptron gets little batches of the Alchemist into their tasting room, and I saw it come out fresh at the time. I grabbed 2 cans for us to go, and it's, of course, Focal Banger, which, as you can see up here on my thing, I've already drank months ago. It's already
Smart.
cut and pulled. And it was delicious when I had it at the time, but Pete let it sit for, 5-6 months? So, obviously, all the sediments...
When did we go to Long Island?
A long time. Well, sometime in probably February? January? I'm going to say January. But number 2 came out. Well, number 1 came out.
It was before number 1.
It was it was before number 2 came out because we had it off the Bright Tank. So it was definitely after January, but definitely before February. So that's been sitting for at least 6 months. And that's what happens to beer when you let it sit for 5-6 months. You're going to see that there's all sorts of random floaters in there, especially with IPAs. They don't hold up well after about 3 is what Steve from Barrage has told us. So we cracked it open thinking that we were going to get lucky. We did not get lucky. So I'm going to wash those out, and we'll go on to our next one. We'll try this out next. And then in the meantime, you have any stories, or do you want to just take a quick break?
Quick break.
Right, let's take a quick break. We're going to get our shit together, and we'll make this work. It's the Wort with Mike and Pete. We are not on GubsRadio.com. We are going to be live on YouTube. And I'm coming back, and we're going to come back and do Instagram. So we'll be right back after this.
This is Ghost Radio, and you're getting drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort. here. What better time than now? Oh, hell! Can't stop us now! 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 Oh, hell! Can't stop us now!
Look in my eyes. What do you see? The coats of personality. I know your anger. I know your dreams. I've been everything you want to be. I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights.
Govs Radio. You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wort.
What the hell is a wort?
It's pronounced the Wort.
What is it? The wort? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is The Wort on Govs Radio.
It is the Wort. Not wart, not fort, not short. The Wort.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Oh, balls. It's the Word with Mike and Pete. We are not on GovsRadio.com tonight. We're streaming live on YouTube and eating toasted coconut blue diamond
Should we tag
almonds.
them in the video and see if they'll sponsor us?
No, fuck them. They're not going to do any of that. I guarantee it. So we were just going to break really quick so we can set up our Instagram Live. We are right now on Instagram Live. Here, let me help you out for a second, because it's going to cover me. And not to say that I need to be me, but there you go. Just a little bit. So thanks, everybody, for tuning into our Instagram Live. Do me a favor, if we are too low or not loud enough, please let us know on the page. I'll turn it up just a little bit. I don't want it to distort, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to translate, because this is new equipment that I'm using with my phone. So I guess Pete can't see it on his phone, so I don't know how we're going to really find out unless I get up and walk over there and look. But we are live from a basement tonight on Instagram Live. And why we're doing that? Well, because Govs Radio is undergoing some internet issues that they're actually started to solve today. And we are going to be broadcasting in the next few weeks on at a bunch of live venues. We're going to be at RBQ at Rockaway, Rockaway Beach. We're going to be at the Rockatauk Fest on May 18th. Why are you touching my mouse? It goes, oh, you could see things? Thank you.
It's on TV.
Yeah, there's some TreadNet thing that doesn't go away. It's just quite annoying. So anyway, we are going to be live May 18th from 2 to 6 o'clock with our boys over at Long Beach Brewing Company. Pete and everyone has contacted some of the guys, and we're going to hope to get a bunch of brewer guests in addition to James and Ryan, who run the place. And we're going to talk a lot about beer and barbecue. So pretty much that's why we're here in my basement tonight. We need to get squeezed in a show, even though the radio station right now is down. And we're talking a lot about some bullshit. And we've already done, what, an hour and a half of straight bullshit without a guest or anything. So, listen, we can do this.
We've done it before.
Well, I know we've done it before. It's just saying. We had Graz on a few minutes ago and gave us some information. We formally invited finally him down just to put it on the record. And now what we're seeing from Long Beach's updates on their Instagram and Twitter and Facebook is that they are slowly coming together. I mean, I feel like they've been wanting to create a brewery for God knows how long. We've talked to them well over a year ago now, had them in studio, and we've seen them at some of the festivals.
At least for them, they're putting out product. They're contracting
right,
with,
absolutely,
and getting product on the shelf. So
which is good.
There are people going to be clamoring for their product once they
Yeah.
open the tap room. So,
and just like Rockatauk, we wish to be down in Long Beach the day of the opening, and eventually once they get up and not as crazy, broadcast live from the brewery. It's a really cool spot down there in Oceanside between them and Barrier and a couple others that are looking to kind of come into the area. So it can be a nice little hub, just like we have out here. So before we went to break, we had an issue with our focal banger, and we dumped that. And so Pete and I ended up opening up the Grapefruit Crush from Finback. This is another one that's been kind of quite some time before we've tasted it, but this one held up really nice. So we heard from my buddy Nicky Nux this past weekend. He brought us a couple other things that we might crack open and drink tonight. But Finback's been doing some really great stuff. I mean, that's one of the ones where when I was in there with him, everything across the board, straight up and down, unbelievable. Great collabs with like Equilibrium and some of the ones that everyone wants to be part of. Yeah, see, that went out again. So we're losing our lights just flickered. Went to cool.
It's a ghost.
It is a ghost.
Maybe a poltergeist.
Uh-oh. If we lose that, I'll just screw this bulb in, and then we'll have light again. Don't do it now. Just wait till that goes. When that goes out, then we'll do Oh, it's like strobe lights in here. Yeah, let's just put that on. There we go. We got some more light. Now it's just going to brighten out everybody's day. So we're live here in the basement, and we're just kind of cracking some beers and talking a little about Rockatauk. So, who are you excited to see at Rockatauk? Are you really excited?
Threes. I've heard good things. I've never had any of their beer.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, and obviously, looking to talk to Dan, Brett, and Pat from Long Beach.
Yep.
Been a little while since we've talked to them, so good to hear about
what the progress.
Like
a long time, to be honest with you.
November, right? When we saw them at the Coliseum, so it'll be good to catch up with them, see what the progress is. Been watching the videos. Looks like they're getting close. They got the brew house in. So.
Yep. Yeah, got all the equipment in.
Things are moving along. That's good.
Mudding out the bathrooms, and it's just a matter of, I guess, flooring and like some basic.
And probably still some bullshit with the town and the state.
It just doesn't stop. I'm really surprised how fast Ken got open. That's at second.
I feel like it took him forever.
It did, but I feel like just because we had him on in episode 13. It was back in November, I guess.
I think even earlier.
It might have been earlier. Well, it might have been, but we still had. It's less than a year away, and he didn't even send in his stuff in at that point. He said he was sending it. He was getting his paperwork together and things going, well. So I just feel like things are really going to start turning around for a lot of the breweries. 27A, Ryan got his license.
Yes.
They started brewing ASAP.
I was at the Village Lantern the other day, and I was trying to peek through the window at 27A to see if are they there.
What's funny is the day that they got the license, they put 2 kegs in the window and put the drapes back over. I'm like, God damn it, I wanted to look in. But as soon as I saw the kegs in the window, I know that it's like their sign, like we're going to get starting to brew. And Melissa, his girlfriend / I think is a fiance? No. We'll say girlfriend for now to play it safe. She's been updating her Instagram. I guess it's Melissa Bates. If you look it up on Instagram, she's been updating some of her stories to talk about, the progress that they made and the stuff that's going in there. She's, I guess, the designer, the look and feel of the place, and he's, of course, worried about the actual beer. And the product that they're going to be selling. And, Pete, we haven't really discussed what's happening. We came to find out after our last show that Sand City has officially signed the lease to Lindenhurst's ex-CVS right there
Finally
on
taking
Wellwood.
that fucking not dilapidated, but that,
empty storefront
that's been there for years. So
has it been years? Been
yes,
over a year, right?
Few years.
Yeah, and it turned it into a nice storefront. Pete, while I go fix that light that keeps strobing on me, that's fucking with my head. Talk to me about what you've seen, because you grew up in this town in Lyndhurst.
Yes.
And talk to me about what the importance is of having Sand City into the town.
So I born and raised in Lyndhurst, and it's been, Main Street, Wellwood Avenue there has been definitely taking a downturn the past, 12, 15 years. So there's probably more closed storefronts than there are opened, and now there's going to be 2 breweries and a meadery. It's that's good.
Oh, by the way,
a lot more foot traffic.
There you
Damarung.
Damarung, coming at you
Nice.
live from the basement. I went and picked it up the day it was bottled and labeled. So take a look at that. That's some delicious mead. By the way, this is one of the ones that he brought specially in for us that he bottled that day.
The current one, right? Black
the
currant.
red currant.
Red currant.
It is 14.2%. So I'm waiting for like a nice night out on the deck.
Yeah.
Like one ice cube in there, and just enjoying a very bright, delightful mead. That's gonna get me really fucked up.
So the weather's been so shitty lately.
It's terrible.
And I was, on Saturday, it was finally fucking nice out.
Yep.
And,
I spent my entire day on the baseball field, which
you.
was not bad, but it's just not great. I'd rather been at the beach or.
So I was letting the dog out, and while the dog's shitting and ripping out my backyard, I was looking at Instagram, and I see all these breweries come down. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah,
I saw the one from WA Meadworks. They got the fucking slushie machine going, and I'm like, and I got to go to a fucking family function.
Well, the slushie machine is a big deal for them, man.
Again, that's just fucking crazy.
It actually, I had a Miami Vice. I told you that, right?
Yeah.
Strawberry mead, and then strawberry raspberry mead, and then mead colada combined. Oh my god!
It's not like the pina colada thing. That's not a flavor profile I'm a fan of.
But mixed,
but just the idea of having a fucking frozen
slushie machine,
that
goes with all that. Yeah, I agree.
Bananas.
It's got to be delicious. So the town then has to now bring in a lot of restaurants, in my opinion. If you go south,
well, they have that Top Bun Burger place closed down. They're opening up a taco place there. Yep.
The bank across the street
has
from
been
the church
in development for a restaurant for
it
fucking
says good
years.
things come to those who wait or some bullshit in the sign, and nothing ever. Then that sign was taken down, by the way.
The Bolson Group behind Teller Steakhouse wanted to open up a place there. The town put too many roadblocks up for that. The family that opens that operates Mary Carroll's wanted to go in there.
Yes, that's what I heard. Was that going to be the thing?
Still think that's been.
You have
fucking
Gotcha
years.
Door, which is still doing good work, but
I think the problem is there's asbestos in the building.
So the abatement is going to cost them an arm and
a fucking leg.
Fuck that.
So
God damn
that's
it.
the problem.
Well,
last I heard.
That's fine, but we really got to bring more. So let's talk about what makes a good town with breweries in it work well. So
I think Lyndhurst
what's the equation?
Lyndhurst has been left behind. Patchogue obviously, led the way there and downtown revitalization.
They opened it up.
Farmingdale's, I moved to
Everything
Farmingdale
flew. In my
7
opinion,
years ago, and
with Patchogue, everything was a go.
Yeah.
Like you want a restaurant, you got it. Whatever you want. There was no roadblocks in my opinion. I don't know what the details were. I don't know who owned what, but when I know that a couple of restaurants that have roadblocks in other towns opened up a similar spot, like let's say Del Fuego, the meatball place, they have similar spots in Patchogue and Farmingdale and Babylon. They faced more roadblocks outside of Patchogue than inside of Patchogue.
Yeah.
So they did it right because now that's the hub of all, let's say, middle to eastern Long Island places that you can go to get good beer, good food, a hop in town, people moving into the town.
You got to make it a destination.
Correct. And it is. It's a destination at this point. What do you see the future of Lyndhurst being, though? With Sand City coming in, what do you think is going to happen?
Some of the development outside of the breweries, I think, is going to be a positive thing for them. I mean, but there's still a lot of work. There's a lot of empty storefronts. There's that wall bounce shopping center has been empty for a few years now.
So I heard that what they want to do is they put in, obviously apartments because that's the big draw. You want more housing.
Well, sure, they have the Long Island Railroad stations right there, so it's
literally 500 feet from your doorstep is the Long Island
same
Railroad.
thing that Patchogue and Farmingdale did. So using that as a model, which
makes a lot of sense.
Got it. Yeah,
Makes a
why
lot of
not?
sense.
So
So between that, I think the restaurants are the next stage, and they really got to
Hopefully.
kind of unload those roadblocks on what they're coming.
which I think they want to do. They're if you're looking at some of those other towns, that have been experiencing that growth, or towns like
Babylon,
even Huntington and
Bradford,
Babylon,
Huntington.
which have been mainstays for a long time, they're doing even better than they.
That doesn't
you
sound
doing?
good. Whoops, that didn't sound good. This is mine from upstairs. I do want to kind of go off of what you were talking about. So Babylon, I was in Horace and Sylvia's
Yeah.
yesterday for a great little sit-down dinner on Mother's Day. My wife wanted to go there. They have great food. Great food.
Really good food there.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Ricky, because Ricky is a kid that I had in class, kind of like a Tom that we've had on the show and follows us to our destinations. And Team Money Shot on Instagram if you want to check him out. He came to AC Beer Fest with us. Great kid, great times. So Ricky was an ex-student, and he worked at Horace Sylvia's a long time ago as a busboy. Just started off the low end, and he has now worked his way up to manager, where he is now in charge of the beer list.
And it's you
I
sent me a
sent you
picture.
I
It's,
sent you a picture. You see that beer list?
Like I said to you, what I like about it is the lack of what I like. What's not on it, which there's no Bud Miller Coors.
No, they
The
don't
only
do
thing
that.
if you're not into beer, the only things you're going to recognize on there are Sam Adams and Guinness.
And
So-
Guinness, yeah.
Which I mean, it's perfectly fine.
Right. I mean, it's still quote unquote craft if you want to go that way with.
Well, one of them is technically
Sam, I guess. But for the opposite end of the spectrum is what he was able to do with some of the really unique stuff, the collaborations. So he has a bunch of these ridiculous collaborations that he was able to get kegs from. And what Ricky told me, and he was giving me the stories, a lot of the restaurant owners in Babylon don't really want to sit with reps. They really don't. I know my managers throughout the years don't want to sit there and listen to the rep spiel and, try to get sold on buying kegs that probably won't sell and blah, 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 blah. But Ricky's smarter than that. He knows what's going to sell. He knows what beer is good and what beer is bad. So he puts together like a really good lineup at Horace and Sylvia's, to the point where his buddy, who also manages at the Villager, another great little local craft beer hotspot in Babylon.
Absolutely. They
Said
always
to
have a
him,
great tap list there.
yeah, absolutely. But
And the local.
He said to Ricky, your tap list is better than mine.
And
it's true. If you look
actually, the last time I was at the local, this tap list was better than what was at the local that night. But that's another story.
Well, that might have been the thing. But if
The only thing I don't like on here
Yeah.
is that Blue Moon's on there.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess that's for your restaurant drinkers,
Sure.
right? You got to have something on there.
But
for the
no,
restaurant
just run through the list here.
Go ahead.
Guinness, Interborough,
Yeah.
Five Boroughs.
Wait, timeout. Interborough.
Interborough.
Who the fuck has Interborough on tap?
I don't know.
I could tell you Copaig's Fine Fare has it in bottle or can, but
Yeah.
that's it. Other than that, no one has Interborough on tap.
Mickler, Two Roads.
Mickler. Let's start there. Who the fuck has Mickler on
No
tap?
one has. Same with Two Roads.
Who has two? Well, which one was it?
Little Heaven Session IPA.
Yeah, well, that's a common one, but it's not out of the realm. But still, it's saying that I know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
in regards to beer.
Barrier.
Barrier what?
Nothing is too much.
Yep, and that is a very, very limited release that he got. That's not something you'll find in can. That's
11% by volume.
Yep.
My goodness.
Yep. Yeah, keep
Brooklyn Lager. Great
Staple.
mainstay. Yep.
Yep.
Thin Man / Alewife collab.
Thin Man. Are you kidding me?
Again,
Who
I don't
the
know
shit
how
has
this-
a
yeah.
Thin Man Alewife fucking collab?
Some
on
cider I
tap?
don't give a shit about.
Yeah, no cider. Well, he had Po' Boy. By the way, he had Po' Boy on tap
Well,
right before that.
That I would give a
So
shit
he
about.
said the cider right before that one was the Po' Boy cider. I think it was like blackberry or something like that.
Magnify.
Who has fucking Magnify?
Who has Barrier / Nightmare collab?
That's what I had as my first beer.
I'm not surprised.
It was delicious. Can I
Gun
just tell
Hill,
you?
Foreign Objects.
Right.
Did you have the new the one that I thought was interesting? The New Belgium bourbon aged strong ale.
So
Did you
that
have
one,
that?
no,
God damn you.
it's not my level of.
That's my cup of tea.
See, I will take the 11% IPA over the 11% strong ale every
Was it
time.
9%?
Yeah. Well, either way,
Yeah.
it's a higher percentage.
God damn it, that would have been that would have been mine. Barrier again, Half Acre. Who cares about Blue Moon? Blue Point Toasted Lager, another staple.
Gotta have it.
I love it. Braven. That one I feel like you see. every now and
Braven,
then.
Bushwick.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to find that everywhere. Not everyone has.
I've seen it.
Which one is it? Braven what?
Last Laugh Lane. Okay.
Oh, I got to check that out. I'm not sure which one that is.
Toppling Goliath. Another Interborough tap.
Yes, he does.
Barrier Sierra Nevada.
Yes.
They did a fucking collab.
They did a collab.
Good for Barrier.
How the fuck do you get that?
I don't know.
But I'm saying, as a restaurant, how do you
How
get
does
that?
Barrier get a fucking collaboration with Sierra Nevada?
Well, you suck some dick. That's all.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Wow.
Lots of dick sucks.
That's
Multiple dick sucks.
that's impressive.
But he's so anyway. Let me get
Good for
back to
them.
that lineup is unbelievable. So let me just call out Ricky really quick. So Ricky basically went through this with me, and we talked a lot about it. And he actually met you. You actually talked to him about some stuff in regards to the show. Maybe a few months back, he recognized
he
you.
had glasses, blonde hair.
Yep,
yeah,
that's Ricky.
Yeah,
That's Ricky.
Good guy.
Yeah, good guy. To me, he's still
I
one
think it
of
was with my friend Ricky
Yeah.
that night, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that I knew had something in him. Besides the craft beer scene, he just knew what he was doing and what he wanted to do. So Rick's going to be on the show.
Nice.
I told him, you got to come in. And then, by the way, when I said goodbye to him, I found my ex-manager at the meatball place, now working at Horace and Sylvia's. So Jeannie and I were talking for a little bit about beer, and she does great work with what she does. And I'm thinking bring the two of them in, along with his buddy Jimmy from Barrier or his friend Patrick from Greenport. And he knows them very well because he deals with the reps and now deals with the brewers. And we'll bring them in and have them as a nice little show. It's perfect. Perfect networking.
We're only 2 breweries away from closing out Nassau County.
Are we? What do we miss? Garvey's Point.
Garvey's Point.
Which we can get.
Barrier.
And Barrier.
Actually, and technically Lithology, because they're straddling the line.
Yeah, I mean, we can get Lithology.
Lithology, I think we can get in.
We can get in anytime, to be honest.
Garvey's Point.
And no offense,
reach out to
Lithology,
them.
but I since the first time we started 31 episodes ago, we couldn't get you. At 32, we can get you now. We can get you. We'll just talk to Johnny, and Johnny will get us in. What'd you crack now?
Cracked open the Locals to Locals, Great South Bay Belgian Saison.
So I contacted Andrew really quick, by the way, on Instagram about some of the locals releases. Number 13, Hazy IPA. It's going to be...
Oh, yeah. So the purple one?
That?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I want to try the Kiwi Sour from Brewers Collective.
I know. We didn't get that
really
yet.
interesting.
I can't find it. Oh, wait. It's not out yet?
It's not out yet. According to
I
that...
thought it was out.
No. Apparently
fuck.
not.
All right, listen, Andrew, if you're ever all listening to this back in the replays and or on YouTube Live or on the replays, obviously, we would like a special dedication to Kiwi because that sounds like a fantastic... It's a hazy
Landing
with 3
this week.
Cs. It's this week, so it had that the Kiwi has to be out.
No, it just says...
What number is that?
GS... Oh, well, I don't fucking know.
It should say it on the picture. You should see like the number next to it.
Well, now I got to go find that post.
It's number 11.
13.
All right, so it is
Kiwi
after
Sour
this.
is number 13.
So then what's hazy?
14.
It's got to be 14.
It
right?
is.
Yeah, so then we're going to be getting them probably back to back, right? I would assume.
Spreadsheet Mafia. That's the other one I want to try. Just because the name is just fucking cool.
It's a Hell's, right?
Hell's Lager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to have some good lagers going on. So that's the updates from Local to Locals. And you've seen
I just like it's cool series.
Really cool series. Really cool can art. Really cool collabs. Very good beer. Specifically brewing it just for Andrew and the Local to Locals branding. So really great idea. And that's why we're kind of cheating and copying off of everything he does. Right?
I will take issue with this post where it says spring is here for the Spreadsheet Mafia release.
Yeah.
And I disagree. Spring is obviously not fucking here.
No.
And Spring is being a goddamn cunt right now. But that's a whole other story.
Goddamn rich cunt. I don't think we are going to get a spring. We're going to get ass end of winter right into summer. And we're going to get summer right through, let's say, late September.
I can just stick my nose in this fucking glass all
like
night
that,
and
right?
just sniff this. Just love it.
You like Saisons.
It's almost like sour.
Do you like Saisons, Pete?
I fucking love Saisons. It's always Saison season.
It's when is it Saison season? It's always
Yes.
Saison series. So what do you I think I already asked this of you, but what do you think you're going to be most excited about at RBQ? And I'm going to check the Instagram live feed really quick.
For brewery wise,
Yeah,
God
RBQ.
damn.
I know. I think you started to answer, but then we get sidetracked.
Threes. Really excited to talk to them, or well, at least sample their beer. Let me pull up what else we got going on here. Let's see. Threes, other half. Haven't had anything from them. Excited to try that. Single Cut, another brewery I don't know enough about. Dubco's gonna be there. They're always fucking delicious, so that'll be good. Sloop, I've only had Sloop Juice. That's a good one. So we'll see what they have on tap from that. Common Roots, I know they've had a little issue lately with some fire. Speaking of which, we should open up that
Which one?
Dracarys.
Oh, you want to do that?
We should open up that next. Talk about some Game of Thrones.
Cold again.
It's probably cold now.
So Beer Swiper says that Honey Wit from Lithology is really good, and Transmitter makes a phenomenal saison. So cheers, boys.
All right. I gotta look that up. Transmitter saison.
Yeah,
I am a
Beer Swipers-
sucker for a decent saison.
We gotta
Man.
get Beer Swipers in the studio too. I think that's.
I didn't realize they were even Long Island.
They're a thing,
Fuck.
and they've been doing some very similar things that we've been doing. So I'll go get that Dracarys.
Go get it. Lots of dead air because I am the terrible host.
And we're getting drunk and winding down.
So again, we're gonna catch us this weekend at RBQ's Rockatauk Fest. I'm excited.
That's why we're here
I'm gonna get
live in
silly.
my basement. You're gonna get
Flagship.
Silly? Are you gonna get silly?
Yeah, maybe you should drive.
I'll drive because I got all the equipment too, so I'll end up doing that. Let me pound this Finback grapefruit crush.
That was pretty good. Tart and hoppy is how I would describe that.
Yes,
beer.
I agree. There's a little bit. Well, that's what the grapefruit is part of, right?
Of course.
So
The saison though, the smell is just that funk. Are you a saison fan? Are you?
I do like saisons. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them to me.
Who makes a good saison in your opinion? Because I know my top 3 saisons.
I'm gonna go with. I do like Omegangs.
That to me is the fucking
number
balls.
one, right.
That is the
You gotta
best.
have Omegang saison.
Omegang
'cause
Hennepin.
They do it the right way. I've actually had more saisons outside of the local area
Yeah, me too.
than inside the local area. So Allagash makes a good saison,
One of my
and we've talked about
that
this
one
a
is just
Whenever you mention this, I'm like, I
Funk.
know it's delicious.
it's just I'm getting a K of that this summer.
Just saison, just on the deck in a
Yeah,
keg
just
thing.
long, I bought like I don't know 8 or 12 last summer.
Really? Okay.
Just for after I mow my lawn.
That's delicious because it's
Perfect.
bright. Look at the color. Show everyone the color. It's nice, bright,
Crystal
clean,
clear.
crystal clear, delicious, clean drinking, bright.
Smells amazing.
I said bright 3 times. So this is what I'm about to pour. Is our dessert beer. So good. Dracarys.
So you got me this beer from Sand City from your
did.
last run up there, and I brought it over today because I figured since Daenerys
Yes, she did.
Dracarys the shit out of everybody last night,
Everyone last night.
I thought it would.
So there you go.
And not to stray too far from the format, but
Yeah.
Game of Thrones last night was fucking great.
Well, we are going to actually do a little spoiler, like I said at the beginning of the show. Turn it so you can see. And Sand City did a great job with this shit.
Can art's pretty cool.
So it started with the Stormborn base. You know, it's a
I
Stormborn
love
saison.
Stormborn.
The Belgian
Strong ale.
strong ale. And it started there, and then they took, I guess they split batched it, and then ran it over raspberries, blackberries. Is that what the lineup was?
I don't know.
It's got to give that red color for the raspberries. I got to look it up again.
Schnozberries.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Drogon.
So yes, 100%. This is something that I bought a 4-pack, and I gave you one, and I took the other 3 and drank it for the last 3 episodes. So episode 3,
Oh,
4,
yeah.
and 5.
I bought 2 of the Omegang series. So I had one of the bottles for the season premiere, and I'm saving the other bottle for the season finale.
Which one did you have for the finale?
For the throne.
Oh yeah, of course.
Have you had? I've had most of them. Not.
I've had
well,
Mother
I
of
should say
Dragons.
I've had a few. I
I've
haven't
had
had
Mother
all
of Dragons. I've had the other one, not the throne one, the other one.
The last one, Seven Kingdoms.
It was a stout.
King of the North.
King of the North.
That was the in between series. They also had Take the Black Stout.
Ooh,
which
okay.
I'm not a huge stout fan.
No, I
just love that.
I didn't
fucking
have that
name.
one. I definitely had the.
My favorite was the they did a dark saison called Three Eyed Raven.
Oh,
that was
fantastic. I think I've had that one as well.
That was really good.
I think I had that one as well. It was it was very good. This one I find, and you're gonna say tart, but extremely tart. Like that, the berries that it run under is extremely tart, and it has a saison base. So or the Belgian base.
Yeah, strong ale.
Strong ale base.
You know who else does a good strong ale? Barrage Brewing in Farmingdale, New York.
Fucking A. Hey, not too.
Seven.
Should I have invited
divide
Steve
then conquer
over tonight?
It's probably not a great idea.
not to my house.
Christina would deal with that one.
Nah. She's like, who the fuck are you?
No, they're divide then conquer.
Yes.
Belgian strong ale is
actually very good.
Fucking tastic. It's really good. Really good.
So
I wish they would make a. I like their they did a fruited saison.
Did they?
Blackberries? We've had it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I like that one. That was very
I wish
good.
you would do a regular saison though.
Nah, I keep it to blackberries because that was really good. I like a little.
I like it.
I like a little fruit with my tart. It's gonna be tart and it's gonna be saison anyway, so I might as well get a little more out of it. Almost like a sour, but not really.
My top 3 saisons would Hennepin, Allagash, and Goose Island.
Goose Island.
Sophie.
So, of course, I like Sophie. That's
Yeah.
good. All right, I'll give you that. I agree with that 100%. So we cracked open Dracarys, and let's talk a little bit about the show last night, shall we?
Why not?
Round out what's going on.
Obviously, there was a lot of fan service.
I don't want to. Let's not talk about what everyone else thinks. Let's just talk about what you and I thought of initial watching. Meaning to say that you think that the show was trying to.
Oh yeah, for some of the things they're playing to the fans, which I mean,
they want not closure.
That's not a criticism.
They don't want the
That's just
fucking the Sopranos all over again.
Right.
I get that.
Clegane Bowl. That's the part I was looking forward to.
Really?
It did not disappoint.
Dude,
the Hound was one of my favorite fucking characters on that show.
All right.
I fucking love it.
He's very good.
There's a great YouTube thing of like funny Game of Thrones commercials.
Okay.
And there's that scene where he gets into a bar fight. And he's like, I think I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken in this.
Not just one. Every single one.
So they did a mock KFC commercial and
yes,
said, like, why don't you bring me 2 of those why don't you bring me one of those chickens? And they, do it like KFC, like 8-piece meal. It's like, actually, why don't you bring me 2 chickens? And if you want to double it for a 16, and it said, maybe I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken. Every fucking chicken in this.
I had a discussion in class today because I don't think my kids, my 17, 18-year-olds, are watching Game of Thrones.
It's probably for the best.
So, yeah. So like,
it's a fucked up show.
The Apple TV is running screensaver shit going on in the background, and there's penguins. And I said, can you imagine if KFC was Kentucky Fried Penguins? Like they're delicious bird. I imagine they set up Kentucky Fried Penguin restaurants in the Antarctic, and it was like a snowmobile drive.
I wonder what a penguin tastes like.
I went on for 20 minutes, just so you know. I'm talking about how delicious penguin fried penguin would be. Tender.
I think fatty.
Well, they'd have to be a little fatty, but once you get into the meat part, you have to do a lot of.
I think
cutlery.
Fatty, since they're not,
they're blubbery.
Yeah,
like a walrus or one of those types of sea creatures in the Antarctic.
It's like a seagull fucked a walrus or a seal.
Well, it is. It's aquatic. It's a non-flight bird, right?
Flightless bird. You know what?
So I would assume that the meat would be tender like chicken, right?
Here's a silly thing I've eaten that I've actually grown a fond taste of. Emu.
Emu.
Another giant flightless bird.
Right, like ostrich.
Delicious. So I've had this. So I go up to Vermont every now and then, and there's a farm up there, and you can
buy emu.
You can
steaks?
buy. They have they raise several different varieties of animals. And they have run little like petting zoo thing there.
Very cool.
And they have emus. That's one of the one of the animals.
So
they
keep them like caged,
you can get
so
emu
not
leg
super
steaks.
tight, like really tender steaks.
From what I understand, like the petting zoo part isn't. You're not buying the animals that were in the petting zoo.
That's fine. Those are just for show.
But there's you can buy leg steaks, emu leg steaks, and it's
like a chicken, like a turkey leg.
It's like the way it's like beef, so it's red meat, super lean. There's zero fucking fat on it, but it almost has like a beef flavor to it, where it's like super concentrated. Really good.
I've never had emu. I will
next time I'm up there. I'll bring some back.
Grab me some steaks.
Yeah.
I'll throw them on the grill.
Yeah.
See what happens.
It's good shit.
But let's go back.
It's a weird tangent.
It's a weird tangent.
Weird
we got
tangent.
the emu from
eating giant flightless birds.
Well, speaking of flightless birds, have we ever seen what happened to the second dragon that dived into the water after being?
He's dead.
So that's it. Like entire years of these three dragons, I would accept one of the dragons becoming a White Walker, right? I'm totally cool with that because then he came back, he blew down the fucking wall. We're all cool with that. The second one was like, okay, flying from the sky, dead.
There was
like that was it. Like
the part that bothered me.
I'm attached to that fucking dragon, and
the part that bothered me from the last episode. Was that
wasn't the dragon
John
getting
doesn't
shot
say
to the
goodbye to
neck.
the fucking wolf.
No, not at all.
My brother was reading some
peace
post
out.
like about
Thanks a lot
everyone's
for
pissed-
going into
and
the
it
darkness
says, like
and coming back.
Why he's the best character on the show, and it's like didn't get shot down by easily avoidable harpoons like some other pets on the show. And like, why can't he just give him a pat on the head? And they were
Who's a
saying
good boy?
like,
Who's a
oh
good
well,
boy?
it's he's CGI, and that would have looked weird. And it's like you have people riding fucking dragons. Don't tell me the CGI work.
You're
is too
worried
hard.
about Jon Snow tussling freaking the wolf's hair.
Fucking
Come on.
assholes.
Unbelievable.
Goddamn-
Barstool.
Ghost deserved better.
Yes, absolutely. You saw the Barstool thing where the direwolf, the girl was just hugging the direwolf. It's a huge fucking beast. And she's just hugging it like, oh, a little teddy bear.
That was out in the news a few months back, and the sanctuary where that's a real wolf.
Yeah.
And it's at a sanctuary,
Yep.
and they were saying the picture is a little distorted in
Because
that like
of the up shot.
the angle. It really isn't that huge, but it's still a big fucking dog.
It's a big fucking dog. I agree with you in regards to the
You can't
sorry,
say,
Ghost.
Goddamn fucking poor
You're the
Ghost.
best. I'll see you at Castle Black when I'm done beating everybody else up.
Oh fuck, this is good.
Yeah, it is. It's just the right amount of tart. It's
You
the
know,
right amount of saison.
I was really worried about it because I Stormborn is
Yep.
probably my favorite thing out of San City.
One of
I
the
love
best.
that. And I'm like, I don't want to.
I don't want to
ruin that.
bastardize it. Yeah.
I don't want to ruin that. This is really good.
How about Sir Jamie? And
Apparently grew a hand.
no, he didn't grow a hand. He still had the iron hand.
No, that was the next editing flub apparently. So like in the shot where he's hugging Cersei,
Yep.
you can see like the
Real
right
hand.
hand.
It's terrible. They didn't have CGI.
They
budget.
have the budget for that show is like $100 million an episode or something.
that's it.
Stupid.
But yet they still can't figure out like the basic shit. Well, I don't care. He's hugging Cersei in the catacombs. I guess we'll call it where the dragons used to be, right? And then the whole thing collapses. So she alive? She dead? What do you think?
Oh, they're both dead.
You think so?
Yes. They're both dead.
I don't know. That was
No,
it.
they're dead.
That was it. Just that's the final scene where you see her hugging him, and that's it.
When Nikolai Coster-Waldau was on, he was doing the press tour for it, and he said it was satisfying. So
I wasn't
I think he's
satisfied.
dead.
I
He's
wasn't
dead.
satisfied. But I want to see
They're
her
both dead.
crawl out of there
Not happening.
and them have like a moment between Danny and John and her. Just
She's
the
dead.
three of them looking at each other like Danny.
No, I think
Danny wants to kill her. John wants to solve all of this.
John's gonna want to is gonna try and kill Danny. I think
I don't think so.
I
I
do.
think Arya's going to kill Danny.
he's gonna want to. Whether he's the one who
she's gonna
shanks
want
her.
to.
Oh well, she already does.
Arya's going to.
She did before last night.
Well, yes. I mean, she killed the White Walker, so what makes you think she can't kill the undefended mother of dragons? If she doesn't have a dragon there.
She has one dragon.
Wow. That dragon's exhausted from shooting all that fire down on the town. That's a lot of fire. Like, where'd that dragon get all that indigestion?
The part that I want to know more about is, so if you were watching it, the parts of it, you can see like there's like green puffs.
Yeah.
So there's some.
What was that?
That's the wildfire.
The wildfire.
And you got to wonder, like, is that just?
Why would they do that?
Right.
What's the point of that?
What? Yeah. That's
just let the whole village burn.
So there, I
Whole
feel like
town, whole city.
there's a backstory or there's something else for them to explain next week. Because I can't think that was just an accident.
Because when I'm watching that, I'm going, I've seen that, but what the fuck is all that shit?
Well, we haven't seen it since that episode where she blew
Right.
up the
Right.
sept or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So
I don't know what's going on. Let me check the YouTube live stream really quick. Something's on there that just isn't right, and I just want to check it. Talk a little bit more.
is it me? It's probably me.
Computer has been scheduled to shut down. Don't shut down.
Ruh-roh.
Fuck off.
Sounds like a problem.
No, not a problem. We're good. And there's probably 1 million people watching us right now. Like 1 million. Was it 2?
I mean, if there are, I feel bad.
There's 0. All right, that's
Okay,
fine.
good.
No big deal. And we're still running Instagram Live right now. So we've had, by the way, a lot of people checking us out. Long Beach checked us out, saying a lot of things. Says
Can't
the
wait
audio,
to talk to the guys.
audio sounds good. So we're excited to see them at RBQ coming up on May 18th from 2 to 6. Also, if you go on RBQ_ Rockaway Beach, you'll go check out and you'll be able to get the link to the ticket sales and all that other good
Through
stuff.
Eventbrite?
Eventbrite, correct. Yeah. If you also search on Eventbrite, if you have that app, go ahead and do there and you get, some really great stuff. I just wanted to do that because it looks kind of cool. Not that anyone can fucking see it. It's only right above your thing. So, hey, look at that. So we are enjoying some Jakarta. Did you see the Unsullied, what's his face?
Grey Worm.
Yes, Grey Worm kind of turned immediately. He knew what was going down. He knew what to do.
He was pissed off too.
Yeah, well, he fucking watched his love of his life get her head chopped off. He wanted his pint of blood.
My favorite part was
ounce of
still
flesh.
Clegane Bowl, the Hound versus the Mountain.
Of course.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing that fucking swarmy fucking Kyburn just get ragdolled into a fucking rock.
Yep.
That was satisfying.
It did the like.
And then Cersei's like, I think I'll leave you two alone.
You guys sort this shit out.
Exit stage
I'm
right.
getting out. I was expecting him to turn around and goes, "You fucking cunt." I was expecting him to say something, but he said nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted him to say something to her.
That would have been good, but Clegane Bowl didn't disappoint.
Nope. Well, he
The Hound,
sacrificed.
who outside of Jon, Daenerys,
Yep.
Cersei, Jaime, like who was Tyrion? Like who's your favorite side character?
It's tough. I'm gonna say, what's his face from Castle Black that went back with the back with Ghost.
Tormund.
Tormund.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Tormund's a good,
Wow, great character. Anytime he speaks, I want to pay attention.
hilarious. Yeah,
It's just nonsense. To me, that's what's great about the
for
show.
me, it was a toss up between the Hound and Bronn.
Okay, Bronn was good.
Bronn was also good. I wonder if we've seen the last of him. I don't know.
I don't think we'll see anything of him.
You think he's done too?
I don't see
see
him coming back because it's too much then to tie back in to the storyline that you've seen.
But then I feel like his appearance last week was kind of a waste.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, that's good. I don't feel like they'll bring back anyone that
Tormund,
you've seen.
Samuel Tarly,
Yeah,
those are probably
they're all gone.
Those are probably done.
Yeah, they're trying to tie
Wrap
up.
it up. I mean,
Tie up storylines.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they have to do is just get it all wrapped up so people feel satisfied that the storyline on that character is done. That's I honestly don't think Xerxes is dead. We'll see next week, but I honestly don't believe that. So
what
if
about
they're
a 4-pack on it?
okay,
All
all right.
Cheers.
4-pack on Xerxes being dead. You heard it right here on the Wort. Mike and Pete. Mike versus Pete in regards to what's going to happen next week. How long is our final episode? Do we know? Is it an hour and
80
20
minutes
again?
again, I think.
Another 80 minutes? Jesus Christ. I was getting to be 10:20. I'm like, is this fucking thing ever going to end?
I was pissed. We didn't start watching until like almost 9:45. I'm like, get these
Did
fucking
you
kids to
rewind
bed.
it?
Well, it's on demand, so
Yeah. Did you watch it on demand?
yeah.
Oh, so you're saying you started it at quarter to
Quarter to 10,
quarter to 10. Fuck. You were up to what, midnight?
almost. I
Close
think like
to it.
11:15.
Yeah. If you watch it live, we were done at 10:22.
Yeah.
That's when it officially ended. And I started texting my buddy Brian and his wife. That was a much better battle scene than the White Walker battle scene.
I like that episode.
I like it, but if people complain it's in the dark. I don't mind it being in the dark. A lot of things happen.
we talked about that at work.
I don't mind it being in the dark.
The
I just think there was so much more that happened in this battle individually, like person to person to person, than ever happened in the other one.
What surprised me about that episode was how few people died. Like the only
The outside
Sir Beric
Yep.
and Melisandre, the red woman. Those are the only two characters that died.
And the red woman just kind of killed herself.
Right.
She didn't really die in a battle. She
that was
she ignited everyone's flame. That was it.
What's her face? The young girl. That was really
she got choked out by the giant. Yeah,
squished.
Yeah, whatever.
Squished by the giant.
But she really didn't die for the hands of the giant. She actually got
She
squished.
got squished.
She got squished.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that when I watched it. Then I read something later on that she was just squished.
That was it. I didn't mind that because she was such
Sir Jorah.
She's just like a C-level character that
She was entertaining.
I didn't really care.
Lady Mormont from Bear Island.
Well, they got to wrap up what's going on back at Winterfell. They got to wrap up.
Oh yeah, well that's the next episode.
So much that's going to happen between that and Jon and Dany and everything else.
Sansa.
And I mean everything has got it. It's not in my opinion. There's not enough time in 80 minutes to wrap everything up nicely. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if
they needed to do 8 to 10 episodes again instead of 6. But...
Well, they kind of spread everything out a little more, in my opinion. I think they took 6 episodes and made them longer than 8 episodes at an hour or 55 minutes or something like that, because they felt like in the editing process to put everything together, it made more sense to do these 1 hour 20, 80-minute kind of movements as opposed to 55 movements and then add into the next thing and add into the next thing. It provided more drama and suspense from episode to episode.
What I like is when you watch anything on HBO right now, it's just previews for every other show.
I know. We talked
other than Game of Thrones. Like, hey, don't forget when this ends in a few weeks, there's other shows on this network.
There's so much more.
We are more than just dragons.
There is 1 or 2 things that look interesting, right? There's a couple of things.
I started watching that Chernobyl show. That was interesting.
That and The Watchmen. I wasn't a huge Watchmen movie fan, but from what I saw and what I've read about, it's not a bad concept. They're doing a good idea.
I'll wait till season 1 is over.
And
I'll get HBO for a month.
Yeah.
And then I'll see if
watch the whole fucking thing.
Watch the whole thing. The Chernobyl. John Oliver was joking about how fucked HBO is.
Yeah,
and
I watched that
last
episode
week.
after you. We talked about
this is so fucked in 2 weeks.
When Game of Thrones is over, I don't think they're gonna have. I mean, between Netflix and everything else that's going on, it's gonna be tough.
They'll be fine. They just need a new tentpole.
Yeah,
they'll have an off year, and they'll be fine.
They've had those years, and they'll find their new thing that's gonna really hit and get hot and do their thing. So
one of the shows that's not on the app that surprised me from when we were kids, Dream On. Do you remember that show?
I think I have. I feel like I have. Who's in it?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I just remember watching when I was a kid because there was occasional nudity. So, when I was like 10, that was like the coolest show on
we're
TV.
Tuning into it. It's just like see some.
But it was this guy,
quick side boob or some titties. Or
this guy's, this divorced guy's love life. But they would always mix in like these, like he was raised, the concept was he was raised in front of the TV.
Oh, is that
and
what it
so
was?
There'd be
That was the concept.
Yes,
You're right. Yeah.
Yes. And there'd be like, some reference, and then he'd flash to some TV show he remembered from when he was a fucking kid or something.
Yeah, I do remember that. Okay.
Arliss is on the app, but for some reason Dream On isn't.
All of that, but fucking fuckers.
Quick break and then we'll wrap it up, or what do you want to do here?
I got to piss, so either you want to wrap it up now, and it's
up to you.
I say we wrap it up now.
All right, let's wrap it up
I'm
now.
Good. I'm good with it. We got plenty of stuff that we cited here.
Covered
we got
everything.
Covered a lot.
Nice,
of shit.
tight 2-hour show.
Yeah,
This is the earliest we've ever ended a show.
It is true. Not ever.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's fine. Well, it's just you and I bullshitting. It's not that we run out of shit. We can go for another hour if we want to just bullshit. But we're really just here to do the promotion for RBQ, and we decided to turn into a 2-hour show. So a quick hour show turned into a 2-hour show, and that's how we do it here on the Wort. So we're with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. We want to thank Gotham Go Graz, Anthony Graz today for calling into the show tonight. We appreciate you calling in. We've been live here on YouTube all night, and if you want to check us out, we are available on many platforms. You can go to the Laughable app. We can go to Spotify, iTunes. You can go to GovsRadio.com on our audio feed and hear one of our replays, as well as YouTube. And you can check out all of our past shows, as well as our live shows, as well as our studio shows. And type in WORT, Mike and Pete, and you will find all of our past shows there. And Pete, thanks a lot for coming over to my
thanks for having me. Thanks for
humble
setting
abode.
Up the remote podcast station.
Yeah, this is actually real. Believe it or not, it only took like a half an hour to set everything up and
this was
get everything running.
Night.
It really was. It's so much nicer that you only have like a 10-minute drive back, and
I know.
I can literally go 20,
I didn't leave my house till like a quarter
20
to 8.
feet. Yeah, 20 feet to my bed. I can pee in my own bathroom. It's really very nice, and we're gonna hang out.
You don't have to stare awkwardly at a fucking what's the
lights?
The squatta potty.
Oh, squatty potty. Yes. Well, we
why
don't. Have
is that there?
I don't. There's some people that just need it. I don't know. Well, listen, we're going to do another show coming up on May 18th, live from RBQ in the Rockaways. Tune into our YouTube page for our live show.
Forgot about the giveaway.
Well, I didn't get finished with that. People have to wait the entire show to hear about that. We are going to be Thank you, Pete. We are going to be promoting.
You forgot about it.
I did.
And we forgot to talk about Hopped Up Network, so you'll have to tell me about that off air.
Well, no. That's really, it's simply the big things are coming to the Hopped Up Network. Added a lot of new shows. Added a lot of new stuff. And Rob's actually coming up to New York in a few weeks. So
cool.
Yeah, we're going to get together with him. You and
Nice.
I are going to hang out with him. We'll take him around to some breweries out here on Long Island. He's going to take the LIRR out here, and we'll show him around a little bit.
All right.
So, yeah, we are going to be live at RBQ in the Rockaways on May 18th from 2 to 6. Join us on YouTube Live. And, of course, all the replays of that show will be on our podcast. This is episode number 32. That'll be episode number 33, so check it out. Again, on
It's a
all
lucky number.
It really is. On all our platforms and all the stuff that we'll be doing. Any last words before we get out of here? Before our live show? Before you can't say anything that you want to say on the live show because we're too drunk by the time we actually go to air?
Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
There it is. This is the Wort with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Check us out. We'll be seeing you in a few days. We out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again.
This has been the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.